Looks like the eating of my ice lolly is going to be cut short as we are going into the knife round. A very quick break. Binary Dragons versus Team123 map number 2. This is, of course, the knife round, I think. I hope. Yeah, either that or they're all just nuts. But, yeah, we're going to be going into map number 2. This is the pick of Team123. Well, after the first map, didn't look like it was going too well for them, I'll be honest. They had problems, aggression over on the CT side. Yes, NATO Safix is a YouTuber and streams on Twitch as well. What made me get into CS? It's funny, because when I first started playing it, it was one of the most infuriating games I've ever played, I'll be honest. It made me very unhappy. But, I don't know, I think that's what got me into it. Also, watching a lot of the competitive stuff, like, once you start watching it, you just realize, okay, this is actually really cool. These guys sort of playing to win. They had a passion for something. A lot of the time, there wasn't a lot of money on the line. Now there is, yeah, sure, but at the time there wasn't, and I don't know, I think there was just something about competitive gaming that really looked great for me, because when I was a kid, at least, it was always be like inviting people around your house to play these sort of video games, and you get really competitive, so to sort of see that on a big scale was just awesome to me, and I had to get a piece, so I pretty much did. So I want to queue for some comp. Are you going to carry me? Because I suck. Either way, smoke setup. Or at least I think it is. We've had a few nades thrown in. It's actually going to be the drop push coming out from this T side, looking to try and find some damage, but they've got to get rid of Letney over towards the coop. NATO with the P250 will be able to get one, but it's the 5-7 of Hunter. He's been a bane in their side for the majority of this game so far, majority of the series at least, and now Cyclone is going to be the one who has to deal with him and 2 other members, and he will not Doxic to start and finish, I guess, because now Cyclone goes down, and it's a 1-0 to the Binary Dragons. Intel. Well, he is... How is that Intel? Oh, it's backwards. Oh. Well, a minute ago, someone else told me it was Doxic, so clearly I'm confused. I was saying Deoxic before. Yeah, no, I've seen it now. You've opened my eyes to the genius that is putting your name backwards, just like Ethan. Damn you, Ethan. Who else does it? Cutler. Is it Doxic? Is it Deoxic? Is it DJ Oxic? DJ Oxic is still my favorite. I'm just putting that out there. I think if that's his actual name, then he's my new favorite player. If not, he's pretty good with the AWP. I'll give him that. Either way, Basso will be able to get the first kill. Going to go rushing onto this site. The only person to deny would have been Emmy, but he's already gone. And a lovely shot from Rezex with the trusty tech. It's not DJ Oxic. Oh, really? Oh, you can't actually compete under the name... I suppose not. That's a shame. Joe Zick. That's horrible. If it's that, no. That's terrible. Either way... So it is, yeah, I was just sort of putting an extra, so it's just Joxic then. But I was putting it like Joxic. But either way, it is just going to be a save at the moment for this CT side. Pretty dominant round considering it was only pistols actually invested. Jay Nellas, this is me learning how to pronounce names properly. Just call him Sam. Okay. I'm sure I'll get there eventually. And then he'll play against Woxic, and then I'll be even more confused. Here we go. CT side gonna force back up, investing everything they have. DJ Oxic on the mic. But yeah, we're going to have the T. So actually got an SG. Hello. I haven't seen one of these too often. I think Magic, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I'm just going to be stuck on names. Let's just make them all up from here on out. He's called John. He uses that sometimes for North. We're going to have the T's pushing forward up towards this long position. Joxic is in an aggressive position with the 5-7. One shot to the face. Not overpowered at all. We'll see if he can do just that. We are going to have the pop flash, but it will be avoided. He's going to spam away, doing a lot of damage onto NATO, but not quite enough. Cell rate clearing the angle, leaving Emmy up close again. We will see Rezex actually come in from that drop-down position, and he's just ended the round here and now, unless Emmy can go absolutely ham, and he cannot. The T's looking to convert. They should be able to, unless Hunter's looking for another ace. We saw him get 9 kills in 2 rounds earlier today, but Rezex will deny. I'm saying it right. Awesome. Yeah, I was kidding. I know his real name's not John. Although, if he... Yeah. His name's Emil, but fine. Yeah, I know it's Magisk. I'm just terrible at pronunciations. It's not my forte. And I've already told everybody in the last match that after living in Ukraine for over a month, I called someone James Yames. So if anything, I'm just an idiot overall. So let's just clarify that from the beginning, so that if anybody does get offended by names, you just gotta realize I'm stupid. Either way. Full save from the CT side. They want all the money they can into the next round. Not even going to invest into a P250. They are going to be completely naked as well. And just look to try and play off crossfires. And I am quite intrigued that they're not just going to stack a site here. Because I always question, if you have this limited a buy, why are you playing so... like normal, if anything? Like, why are you playing in this sort of individual way? The chances of you winning an individual duel when you have just a USP is very, very slim. Although, saying that, Basso just got tagged down to only 32 HP. We are looking at Letny as he goes to rotate back in. Rezex again, making more and more money with this weapon, the UMP, which has become so prominent in Counter-Strike at the moment. Though I still feel like the nerf will bring the FAMAS back in, which I like to see. Hunter looking for one, and actually Joxic will be able to get a kill. I'm finding UMP. Now the UMP is not going to be hugely valuable into the next round. They'll get 2,400 loss bonus, so maybe he'll want to keep it, because if they can sort of get through this, get through that next round, he'll have loads of extra money for the AWP, which would be perfect. When did I start casting? Ooh. September 2015. I started doing like online Lithuanian leagues, which I'll be honest, I was the only applicant. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Then I got, basically, I would say if anybody actually out there wants to get into casting, firstly, cast anything you can. I'm not even kidding. It's quite ironic that somebody's asked me this, like the game that I'm casting him. One of the first people I ever casted was actually NATO, because I picked a game of MM to just give it a go. And I then sent him it, and he reviewed it for me. Now, I'm not saying spam NATO with stuff to review, but it's just a very good example of what I actually did. So, if any of you out there actually want to give it a go, just cast anything, send it to as many people as you can, and see if they'll give you some tips. Most of the time, they will. Because everybody's very, very nice. Don't spam NATO, please. Actually, maybe you should. Either way, Hunter. He's waiting for this push to come in. Hits the headshot instantly. As we said, Joxic is going to be holding onto that UMP, but it doesn't even matter because Hunter and Letny have just shut this down, and it's intel, it's not Letny, but I'm still calling him that because it's hard to think on the fly. Either way, they absolutely destroyed the Danes. And that will be round number 2. And as said, that's now a load of extra money for Joxic to play with. 4,600. He's the AWPer for the team, so that'll be wonderful stuff. Will I review your casting if you send it to me? Yeah, well, Metas is a great example because he is a brilliant caster. So if you can get tips from Metas, take them. Letney might actually be Letney because he's serving. Don't start playing with my emotions. Smoke setup onto the A site coming out. It's going to be the wall, leaving this CT side completely blind. And they're actually aggressive over towards A, which means that they don't really have much to do in this sort of situation. There's going to be the couple of players being boosted over, trying to find the kills. The rotation will inevitably come in. I'll explain why they didn't rotate quickly in a moment. Either way, we'll have CT side holding down the fort at the moment. The two players here doing great work. Letney, sticking with Letney, guys, is going to find himself a kill. NATO now the only one left alive, hits the tag, but can't quite finish off the player close to him, but he actually catches Jockstick as he goes through, but there we go. Intel / Letney is going to be able to get himself that finish. Where can I send you? You can send it to me on Twitter by typing !caster in the chat. Haha, sellout. But yeah, the reason why we don't actually see them over-rotate in that situation, just to go back, is because all of the smokes that we saw thrown in can actually be thrown all the way back from around the sort of middle area here. So we saw this from NIP. One of the things that Threat actually came in terms of innovation was throwing those sort of long-range smokes and then going to the A site. So we see the CTs there very reluctant to actually go for a rotation, just in case it's all a fake. So not the best scenario. I'd say you probably do want to rotate one player back just in case. And they got quite lucky, or it depends how you balance it. They did very well, the two players on the site, to hold them off long enough and not to fall down. My voice is calming. Thank you. I think that's a compliment. Although exciting is probably better. Either way. Peas will still have a buy, but this is sort of the last one, at least for a little while, although the 2,400 plus a bomb plant could make things interesting when you consider the Rezex and Cyclone still have some cash to spare. Cyclone actually yet to get a frag, so a little bit worrying. Why is NATO on 80 ping? What's happened there? Actually, the same. Is it just top player in the server gets nerfed? Why does it say Tom Tom? No idea. Asa. Able to find the aggressive player of Emmy. Molotov will go down, but he's going to be able to get through it. AWP actually been switched over as well to Letney in this situation. Now we're going to have Joxic down, and well, Neno doing some great work to clean things up. NATO with the trade back. He's actually going to be caught out by the player on the site, not noticing that he is there. Hunter once again, and now Cyclone left alone. 1 versus 2. He's got to be very careful. The timing may just get the better of him. Spots out one, pushes onto Hunter, but Hunter shuts this round down with a double. Who picked what map? That's actually a good question. This is the pick of Team123. The previous, which has just happened, which was Cash, was the pick of b.dragons. And we actually have a pause coming in. Now is the best time if you have any questions. Tom Bissmire. Yes, that is not my name. Although, it does mean I could be related to the owner of the SatNav company. Obviously, others are available. Lone Dent, that is an intriguing question. Also, whoever asked me about money, that is a secret. That is a secret. But yeah, I think most of you will know that there is decent money in casting, which is nice. What is your most memorable casting memory? Memorable. I loved China. Like, for WSG, I got to go to China, which was amazing, and I was casting with Launders, which was a lot of fun. I think quite, like, when I did an event for WSG in Kiev, where I got to cast with Henry G, and that was amazing, because it's so easy to cast with Henry G, because he just fills in all the gaps seemingly. Like, same with Moses, actually, so I can't really take too much away. I've been very lucky with who I've got to cast with. Like, I love casting with, like, Harry and Hugo, who, like, are two very good friends of mine. But I've also got to cast with, like, Anders, which most people, well, in fact, nearly all people don't get to do, especially nowadays. So I feel very privileged to be able to have done that. So those are probably like up there. That was all part of Star Series. My first Star Series LAN was in a football stadium, which is ridiculous. You watched Thorin's alternative stream? No, I have not. I might have to give whatever that is a watch. Yeah, well, I don't think anybody would, well, people would cast, but people, for example, someone like Redeye has basically set it up so it doesn't need to happen. Either way, pause is gone. Enough chatter. I'm gonna have the aggressive push out. The Tech 9's Hunter just wrecked by the power of the pistol. We are gonna have Basso to help out, but it's all Joxic at the moment. Doubles down. Cycro managing to get his hands on an AWP has at least made this interesting. I don't think this is a full investment either. No, it's not from the T side, so this is pretty much going to be them looking to do extra damage, spamming away with the Tech 9. Actually gets the kill. Surprise, goes for the no-scope, but Emmy is able to capitalize. How would you react if you got asked? If I got asked to cast a major, I would probably scream. Especially now. I'd be a little bit... I would question it. I think it was a joke, because I don't think I'm there yet. I wouldn't honestly think I deserved it. Even though I've done a few events, I don't think I would deserve anything like that as of yet. I think I've got a long way to go. Yes, the football events was in May. I was casting with Blue, I think. Double op setup. We saw this work wonderfully the second time it was used. And on cash, that is. The second time it was used on cash, it worked very well. The first time, they actually got wrecked. I think both AWPers were the two players to die early. And already, we've had Joxic go down. Blue. No, I said with Blue. Although I have casted with a guy called Bloom before. I think he's a Estonian caster. A guy called Dan. But yes, no, I was talking about Blue. As in the color. As in the caster from NA. Either way, Neno. Going to be able to even up the scoreline. But that was all a little bit of a fake. Going to have waiting in the Crev. I like this spot because for some reason everybody seems oblivious to it, even though it's such a common place. It is an extra Molotov that needs to be thrown. I think sooner rather than later it'll be a position checked every single time. And let's see, for example, Rezex just gonna walk straight in. Cyclone looking for the trade, but Neno's already found another in the meantime. Hunter can't do any more from that position, but he's left the tees with 20 seconds. Nato already going down, leaves it onto Cyclone. He'll fall. Now we see a 6-3 scoreline, and the money, it's not great for this T side. Thank you very much, Bihan. Yeah. Spot noted. Yeah, that spot's somewhere. It's Nino. Okay, I was wondering. More like the ambulance then. Except it's not Nino, it's Nino. I thought it might be, but as I read it in English at least, that I would say that's Neno. But fine. I will take your word. If you are lying to me, I'll cry. Joxic starts things off with the kill onto Cellrate. Of course, this is just pistols once again. Doing a great job of denying any further presence. Emmy there to support him as well. NATO and Cyclone left behind the smoke. And the thing is, a lot of the angles that they're going to have to fight for now will be longer range. And Nino already going to be making things difficult. Cyclone looking to back away. Still has the bomb. So if by some sort of miracle he can get onto the site, that's an extra 800 per player. But it doesn't seem to matter. Just go back to Neno. Oh, God. Hard to explain. It's not Nino. It's not Neno. Nenu? Whatever. It's a name that I can't pronounce. Hunter gets spun around in the smoke. And in the meantime, we've seen Toxic actually find one over towards middle. Interested to see that they actually switch up who AWPs. I think that's mainly down to positional play. I do prefer to normally see a primary AWP on a team, but I suppose if it works, then I can't really be one to complain. Push out from Cellrate is sneaky as hell, but in the meantime, he's losing all of his teammates on the other side of the map. Basso can try his best, but... Wait. Cellrate. The last one left. Doesn't have any control of the bomb. Looking to try and find an opening into this round. But with Joxic sitting back, and Emmy a little bit closer, this should be very difficult. Peeks in, but doesn't quite stop as he flicks around. And 8-3, Binary Dragons looking very good on their CT side. Will I be casting all of the games? Probably. I think if it comes up where somebody offers me some sort of studio or LAN work and it's like decent enough, I won't do all of it. I might find someone to stand in, but obviously someone who I think is like good enough that it'll be worth having them as a stand-in. If not, then yeah, if I'm free, I'll be doing all of the games possible. This is being run this time by Starladder, hence why it's on the Starladder channel. So I am employed by them, and I'll be here, well, most of the time, unless something happens. So if you don't like my voice, you're screwed. Just mute stream. I won't take offense. Either way, T side. They've managed to get control of this long position once again, but there's a little bit of a crossfire here. 3 players ready and raring to go for this CT side, and thus far they've been doing very, very well. Yep, I took the 14 off the name. Rezex, lovely headshot to open up onto Emmy. Now they're going to go pushing into the site. Toxic this time, it's on the AWP. He switched it up and it's working as well. He's found 2. Trade will come in from NATO, but still just lurking in the smoke. The Joxic's here. Hidden. They're both on AWPs. The smoke will fade. There's no way they could know he's here. And actually, he's going to be in perfect position, but Cyclone turns around. That's just bad luck. And leaves Letley alone. Try and push back. He doesn't even know where Basso is. We'll switch over to the AWP. Finds the first. Needs to move quickly. Doesn't have a kit. Maybe one to find on the floor. Is going to get the kill. Doesn't have enough time. He's looking for that kit. And he's not going to find it. That's just bad luck. Can't do anything in that situation. Bomb will go off. It will be a 4 for Team123. They're going to be straight onto that reset. Yeah, no, well, also, you have to bear in mind in terms of hyping stuff, I was casting for 4 days straight, just like 2 days ago, so it's like, it's sort of balancing it. Like, if I was to solo cast this at full excitement the whole time, I would be dead, so I'm trying to balance it. I do actually agree, I need to work on hyping stuff up, but that's actually why I cast with Harry, because he's very, very good at it, so I can sort of chuck it over. He can make things a bit more exciting, then I can sort of like calm it down a bit. Either way, he's on the brink of being reset once again. Drop down push will be in, and that's a nice little crossfire there from the CT side. They will ruin the T's before they even get onto the site. The bomb now isolated. A second smoke will go down, which actually warrants them to go rotating a little bit. Hello? Oh, it's official. The official Lundy as well. Don't forget he's a fin. I casted CLG versus Astralis with Anders. And I think he asked me what my favorite cake was, and I named something that wasn't a cake. Classic me. Can't even answer a simple question. I think I said meringue. Meringue is awesome, but it isn't a cake. Either way, back in once again. Emmy. Already going to make things a hell of a lot worse. Cyclone left alone. And after just about winning a round with no players left alive. Well, now their money is screwed. In fact, it's almost as low as it can go. 1,400 with that loss bonus. And I think Rezex had 1,900 after doing a little bit of damage in the last round. Did they even drop anyone? No, they didn't drop a single player. So, just had 400 spare. T's have completely forced into this one. No surprise, they won't have the economy to go for it either. If they were to save, it would sort of just be UMPs and stuff. What team will win the entire thing? Oh, I've got to have a look at the team list. Only day one. It's early. I think there's some teams being added into the later stages. And I don't know if they've been announced, so if they haven't, I don't want to say who they are. Not that I would know, obviously super secret information and everything. Obviously they're trying to close him down. Cyclone will be able to get one. Actually push further into that connector. Will catch the AWP player, and that's actually NATO with an AWP. So the offer for the team, picking up his trusty weapon of choice, giving them much more of a chance in this round. Whoever wins this one should pretty much get a 2 for 1. CT side money isn't great. Actually, they'll probably still have enough to get back in anyway, so maybe not. Oh, Neno. Gonna get one. Basso left alone. Hunter's low on HP. If he could get this kill, he's got a good chance, but not gonna happen. Hunter will peek out, take his head off, and that will be a 10-4 scoreline now. Looking for that second AWP as well. Yeah, the Go TV is for my eyes only, because I am special. I think. Yeah, the groups are full, but I may be wrong, but I think there may be like a second playoff stage where some more teams get added in. That may just be me mixing this up with something else. But yeah, either way, I'll have a look at the teams in just a moment, maybe at halftime. I think North Academy are in there. And I think it'd be silly to doubt Mertz when he's on form. They are very up and down as a team, so I'll have to wait and see how that one actually turns out. We'll see them, I think, coming up over the next few days. We've still got more of Group A following this. Also, Imperial as well. Like, when they get going, the Bulgarians are scary. Joxing. Again, he's starting things off with that AWP. I think him switching up to this has actually worked wonderfully. Has to go back to the 5-7. There's players pushing him. A Mac 10 was in play for a matter of seconds, but it's now been dropped as well. Only one man lives. Basso versus 4. That will be the end of that. 11-4 half. I think that's identical to what we saw on Cash on the CT side as well. b.dragons looking very strong. I have to say, I'm impressed. And the thing I love about this team, at least, is that there's no real player carrying them at the moment. It's not like Hunter in the last game where he's getting an ace, having like 9 kills, 2 rounds. It's everyone. Everyone's stepping up, and you could say the same for the other side. It's pretty much a team effort. Like, nobody's really up there. Now, it's a bit more of a problem for Team123 because they're losing. 11-4 down. There are a few sort of closer rounds in there as well, but you can see that the money was always being built up. Like, it was sort of a one-off, one-on. Like, the buy round, then the save, and it just didn't really work out. Which commentator do you think is the best? Sadakist. I think just fundamentally very, very entertaining, and some of the stuff that he comes out with is just incredible. But I don't think there's anybody within like the top, say, 6, like the top 3 duos that isn't entertaining to watch. Rezex, hello, gets a double in that drop-down push. Gonna leave this plat position very isolated now as they try and make their way onto the site, and it will be shot down. Now will be Basso to finish. Flawless pistol run from Team123, the start that they definitely need As they are only 4... Wait, make that 5 rounds, Tom, if you can do maths. 5 rounds away from losing this series. Oh, Henry G, he should make Sadakis an honest man. Wow. Why would I want that? Then I can't steal Sadakis away. Hey, you see? You haven't thought this through, have you? Basso, running for his life, as he now has the Tech 9, looking to rain on his parade, but through the gap in the smoke. We'll be able to find one. I don't think he's going to watch that same angle. Reason being, Emmy is going to expect it this time. Don't think anybody wants to buy your desolate space. Not to be rude. Basso. Able to get himself a second. Will be traded. I'm imagining that rifle will be retrieved at some point. Wouldn't do that to Henry G. Of course I wouldn't do that to Henry G. Yeah, all these guys that I've met, they've been nothing but nice, so... To ruin his love life wouldn't be on the cards for me. Nino. Catches one. Switched up the way I'm saying it again. Because I can. Cyclone with the knowledge of where his opponent sits. Has to be careful though. As Neno, back to what was good, of course, will take the headshot. So able to get one back, but it's just so much damage, and somehow this has got into a 1 versus 1. This is ridiculous. This is just Tech 9s. I say just, but it's just ludicrous that Team123 are losing these duels versus a pistol. I'm interested by Hunter falling back. It gives him more vision, but if anything, takes less of the advantage of that pistol away. It wants to be close. He needs to hit the headshot here, and he will through the side of the wall. Hunter is nuts. His brother, could you imagine them both on a team? That'd be so cool. How do teams prove that they are good enough to do things like Starladder? Semi-pro, see, semi-pro, I wouldn't know. Like, I haven't gone through the pro scene. I am a scrub. I'm terrible at this game. I'm just alright at talking. But, yeah, I'd say a lot of the time it's going to be through the sort of systems of leagues. Like, a lot of the time, a full team to make it together is going to be very, very difficult. They'll just have to practice a lot, and a lot of the time, semi-pro teams don't have the time. I know a lot of guys in Lithuania that do, like, they play an awful lot. He's his cousin, not his brother. Well, I'm an idiot then. Close enough. It's in the blood. It's close enough. Brother's Nico. I don't know. Okay, it's his cousin. Now, someone else. Okay, I'm just confused. You guys can battle out and tell me how the result comes in. More importantly, though, ResX has bought a Nova. Now, if anybody has been to my Twitter page, which if you haven't, I don't know why, !caster in the chat. Yes, I'm a sellout. Deal with it. But it says there that I'm a shotgun connoisseur. So I always want to see what this shotgun can do. Now he's waiting in drop. Perfect position for it. Now the Nova, definitely not at the top of my shotgun list. XM is better. See, can he actually do anything? Okay, they're going to go pushing back. Letney on the other side of the map will take down one. Was only a trade. Still not that bad a position, but the problem is the smoke going down is actually going to bait them into rotate, and the bomb is going in the other direction. Add me on Minecraft. Not something I've seen for a while. Cyclone, lovely shot. We'll take down one. Unfortunately, they've been completely bamboozled as now the bomb goes down on the B site. Now, Emmy, very low on HP, has to be careful here. Hunter still living life to the full as he has 100 HP. And ResX, now we get to see the Meister, the shotgun. Gonna go pushing, gets the first. The remaining player is low. The Nova would have been enough, my friend, but he's going to switch over to the M4 anyway. Doesn't have any armor, so if he gets shot, his gun will be going to the sky. Also, it means he'll get shredded by this UMP. No bait taken. Emmy, balls of steel. Doesn't expect him to be defusing at this point, and has just played the time very, very well. Smart stuff from Emmy. That'll be another round on the board. for Binary Dragons. What do I think of Freiburg leaving NIP? I think that's a shame. Like, I know it needed to happen. Someone needed to leave. Someone or something had to change. That core couldn't last forever. But I just want to see what he does next. That's pretty much what I want to see what he does. Because I think Freiburg would be absolutely phenomenal as an analyst. But I don't think his playing career is over as of yet. I think we see a lot of players just leave. Maybe it doesn't work sort of in that team, and he can just step up and do it again. Master of spray control, so we'll see. We wait to see what the CTs will do in this round. Looking towards CT side. Rezek's aggressive, but only get himself one. Cyclone will fall in the meantime as the push now comes in. It is a bit of a stack, and it leaves NATO in the corner. That same corner again. Right back to Godsend. That would be interesting. Yeah. You need a sarcasm disclaimer, because some people are... I'm going to use the word stupid. And don't understand that not everything everyone says is serious. What if he was being sarcastic about being sarcastic? But that would be like an implosion on itself, because if I'm being sarcastic about being sarcastic, then I'm being sarcastic. But then if I was being sarcastic, then I wouldn't have been being sarcastic, thus creating a circle of life, like the Lion King. Yeah. Inception. That was a better word than what I said. So I'm going to steal it. Basso. Can he get one? Can he get a gun? Yes, he can. That's going to be an AK into his hand. Holding on to that rifle will give them a nice little boost. NATO going to be able to afford the AWP. But it is, again, looking like the last-ditch effort for Team123. If they're going to make a stand, it has to be now. Or next round with pistols. Or, wait. Yeah, pretty much with pistols or UMPs. What's my Twitter? Exclamation mark Costa in the chat. I should also set it up that if you type the word sellout, it comes up on my Twitter. That'd be a genius idea, because I feel like that's going to come up quite a lot. Either way, we have Celery in the corner, praying that nobody checks this spot. Rotation already in from the CT side, waiting. The smokes are going to go over the top. Wall will begin, but the T's taking lots of damage from these nades, and it is a decent setup. All 5 players here from the CT side. Massa with the spray control to find 2 with 1 swift judgment. Cell rate, he stays sneaky the whole time to double at the end. 14-6. We will see Team123 at least survive a little bit longer. Cyclone going to call out a pause. It's technical. Yeah, ooh, Cyclone, hello. 134 ping. He's moved countries in the last few seconds. Hunter is definitely Nico's cousin. Okay. Maybe they're just, like, brothers as, like, you are my brother. Not like he's actually his brother, but, like, they're just really close. If I'm your favorite caster, then you're my favorite viewer. There you go. Sorted. Or viewers. Can confirm he is cousin. Okay, nice. So, all the times I said brother earlier in the game, I was just completely wrong. That happens quite a lot, so I'm used to it. Ping is... sort of sorted. It's going back up. I don't think the problem's fixed. Okay. Cyclone's just gonna deal with it. He's a man. He gets problems. He just pushes through. He doesn't, like, whine about it. The man's man. A lad. Or just doesn't mind losing. One of those two. Either way, it's going to be NATO to start things off with the AWP. Basso as well is there to double. The problem is, this is only really an equal. Keeping it clean, very important. Nano now left alone. He's got the bomb. Tech 9. Well, had the bomb. What was the play? Like, okay, you're winning. You're far in front. You got your buy in the next... Oh, actually, you don't really have a buy in the next round. What was the bomb drop? Was that a sound cue test? Was that like... I don't know. That was really weird. Like, I'm going to blow their minds by making the bomb hit the floor. Also, I'm pretty sure you can tell the difference between a bomb hitting the floor and feet. Most people, when they try and fake out sounds, they just jump at the top of the drop down. So... maybe it's some sort of meta game that I haven't yet discovered. Or it was just a bit of a hope, pray that something would go his way. Oh, beautiful rhyme. I should write poetry. T-side, yeah, as said, they don't really have a buy in this round. They're going to go for a second sort of mix Tech 9 buy. I've seen less work in the past, of course. But... fake flash with the bomb. Nah. No. Actually, wait. If Simple can do it with an AWP, I suppose people can do it with a bomb. That would, impressive. Be impressive. Exclamation mark drop in the chat if you want absolutely nothing to happen, of course. You know, exclamation mark caster in the chat. That takes you somewhere beautiful. Or horrific. Depends which way you look at it. CT side with a much better buy. Smoke set up onto the site. Cyclone will be waiting and the nade raid in to do damage. In fact, through the smoke, he will even find one. Up close, we have Cellrate by the statue. Catches out one. The Tech 9's unable to do much as of yet. And in fact, looking like a bit of a resurgence. Knife kill, hello, Cellrate. Money, money, money in the bank. But 2 players dropped, making things a bit more costly. CT side money troubles shouldn't really be on the cards. Because the fact is, if they lose a round, they'll be able to rebuy. If they lose 2, they're out of the game anyway. Comeback definitely could be on. 6 rounds of difference. Crazier things have happened. 3 rounds in a row. But a lot of, like, these 2 were sort of only pistols, so... yet to really gauge too much. If they win this one in the same sort of fashion they've had the previous 2, hey, I'm starting to believe. NATO. Looking for that peak down middle. Not going to find anything. Just going to be holding. It's a passive hold this time from the T side. They've got a little bit of a boost going on. Toxic. Pushing forward. He's got to be careful. Basso is holding the angle. Pop flash out. Very well timed as well. In the meantime, Rezix has found one. They do spot out Basso. He's going to be able to dink up one. Find the second. Nice work from him holding over towards long. Now, NATO switched over with the AWP. As said, the lurker has been caught. Rezix has put him to bed. Now it's only the 2 players over towards this A site. In an attempt. Hold on. This round. Ooh, hello. What's this gonna do? I can peek over the smoke. No, not happy with it. I'm full of dirty tricks. AWP. Nice shot from NATO. Takes the head clean off of Letney. Letney can get sponsored by Intel. He'll be sold. Literally, just flips his name. Nailed it. If not, just stay as Letney, right? Cellrate, just waiting. No chance for anything to happen in this round. Neno just looking to try and either take one with him or die. And he voted for die. 4 players surviving once again for the CT side. So starting to get things rolling. Counter-Strike is a momentum-based game. If you can get the money in your favor, you can start getting the buys to be sort of 1 buy on, then a half buy, then 1 buy on. Then it can just really make the cash build up and get the confidence flowing through the veins of these CT players. They've got Danish CS on their shoulders at the moment. b.dragons looking to prove that they are up there. Already taking the first map. Fairly dominant fashion. Second map, they're 2 rounds away, but it's 4 in a row now for this CT side. Now, not making a mistake. Wow. That's going to be difficult. That's going to be a different scenario altogether. But if they can keep things going, who knows? And I like this. CT side, not just going to be caught waiting. They're going to go pushing, try and find some information out. Close cousin. Okay. Drop down is where at least a couple of these players. Rezix is close. He's actually just going to let them go past, which could be problematic for the players actually on the site. Cellrate will peek out. Rezix is going to go down and drop, which gives Emmy a gun for a second or two, as Cellrate then takes his head clean off, leaving them 14-10. 4 rounds the difference. Dumper, I'm going to hold you to that. I expect videos. Yes, that was plural. Multiple angles, please. Burning down will be Joxic. Will be peeking over the smoke. Cellrate back in this position again. Now, this is where the T should clear it. One Molotov into that angle. He's forced into the open. Joxic. Easy AWP kill. If they don't clear it, well, we saw what happened last round. Yeah, exclamation mark caster takes you to a nice place, and soon I'm going to make it so that hashtag sellout also does too. I'll just change every word to take it to my Twitter. Just go full sellout. Of course. Hellcase. Obviously the best. Like, doesn't even need to be said. We all know that already. Starladder. They pay the bills. So, love them too. Also, actually, I do genuinely like pretty much everyone there. Lovely Ukrainians. Either way, we've got this push coming in onto the B site. Nice position currently held by Sekra, and he switched it around. Hunter has killed himself, which isn't going to help at all in this situation. And Emmy left just spinning around. Now they're actually going to hold for a pause. And I imagine this is going to be a tack pause. b.dragons, they're starting to feel the heat, just like I am in my room with my windows closed. The British summer. Yeah, I just said the words British and summer in a sentence. But yes, the British summer. Going to be nice and warm. And they are heating me up. Maybe it's also just the excitement of this game as well. T-side. As said, it's this sort of recurring problem. Back and forward, you have a buy, you lose it, you're on pistols, and just recurring of these rounds where we see quite a few players actually surviving. Like, this is a full buy round from the T side. And not a single player was lost for the CTs. Their money, well, it's starting to get to a ludicrous state. And after being, what, 14 to 5? Can't do maths. But either way, we're now 14-11. The comeback is on. The weather was actually nice today, but I spent most of my time either sleeping or casting, so pretty much the life of a gamer. Wouldn't change it though, I'll be honest. Emmy gonna go pushing in, this time only with the tech guys. The passive play from the CTs is clearly a read into this. They're not gonna go overly aggressive in this scenario. They don't want to get close. Cyclone is doing the work, but hello, Neno and Hunter have just traded things back, and this is a not like this moment, as now Basso is trying to save them from getting to that map point. It's the pistol power that's doing all of the work, and he's got players flanking in from behind. There's so much for him to do, but he will find the first. Got to turn around. There's a player in drop that he doesn't know about. Spots out Hunter. Doesn't know where the remainder is as he goes pushing. Will now know the remaining position of both players, but it doesn't matter. Letney will be there to finish, and as said, not like this. Team123. This is, I just want to point out, this is typical Counter-Strike. This here, where they keep 5 players alive, is a full buy. This here, where they all die, and we're in a 3v1, was Tech 9's. Valve, what are you doing? CT side, they still have money to buy though. They still have a chance. They managed to string 6. What is stringing 4? Maths. Right? That's maths. Push gonna come in through middle. Basso gonna be waiting around the corner as they go jumping in, but it's NATO with the AWP. Starts things off, actually gets himself a second as well. The Dragon Lord taking names. And as now they look to reset that economy. Team123 are straight back. The power of the pistols may have been enough to steal away 1 round. But it's not enough in the buy. They can't do it again. We'll see if they invest. I wouldn't be overly surprised in this situation. But actually, with 2,000 plus on the majority of players, it does seem that they're going to be waiting to get the AKs in the next round. Now, it's not going to be great, because 1,900 without a bomb really doesn't leave them with too much. It doesn't allow for many nades. Valve ain't doing a word I can't say on stream. But yes, I agree. Don't worry, guys. I'm sure they're going to bring out, like, CSGO leggings, shoes, hats. Although, I wouldn't mind hats, being a bald guy. Hats are my friend. CSGO fedoras coming soon. Yeah, they're not... yeah, a fork. That's what I was going to say. CT side still with a big chance, actually. I think momentum's definitely in their favor. The 1 round that we've seen Binary Dragons get within the last 8 was actually pistols. It was just an aggressive push. So, if anything, we're looking at Team123 to now just take this forward. Obviously, they got pistols again. Letney, with a little bit of extra money, is going to invest into an AK. No head armor, though. So he's just as vulnerable. Not vulnerable, that's not a word. He's just as vulnerable to the M4s. Into drop. Peeks out. Finds himself the first kill of the round. Now Cyclone lines them up as a whitewash round. Team123 dominating this CT side, but they've still got 2 rounds to go. Now, if they win this one, the last round of the half is likely to be pistols. And that means they are set to take this to overtime. CT-sided Cobble is in session. And if they can win this round, the hammer will be going down. I think OT will be called. Of course, if Binary take this, it's done. It is done. It's over. We take the series 2-0 to Binary Dragons. But if they haven't been able to do that in quite a while, not sure I'm a believer. I think I'm swinging over towards Danish Counter-Strike once again. Cell rate going to be boosted up on the box. Does early damage onto Joxic as well. Trying to spam through the smoke to find an extra little bit. Could take down that initial player. The B setup coming in. They've still got 3 smokes, so they could realistically create a wall. And actually, Neno's going to start things off over towards drop. Just remember, only 1 needed. And already we see cell rate going down. NATO doing his best to try and hold on to this round. He actually gets a double with the CZ, spinning around with the AWP, looking for a 3rd kill, but it's Emmy to actually find it. Still, NATO survives on the site. Not going to be able to deny the plant and missing the shot. Has to jump around, actually gets away with 1, but it's not to be. The comeback is denied. And Binary Dragons will take this in a 2-0 fashion. They left it very, very close. But they've just about done enough. The Danish comeback cannot be had. It will be Binary Dragons to take the 2nd series of the day 2-0. We saw the same from Pride. For some reason, this overlay is not updating properly. So it will just say the first map score, even though it is a 2-0. As I've said many a time throughout this cast, and I genuinely mean it this time, if you did enjoy it, you can check me out on Twitter. !caster in the chat. I have thoroughly enjoyed today. I've enjoyed talking to a lot of you as well. It's been a lot of fun, and I should be here all the way through this week. In fact, I can tell you all of the games that we have coming up. We've got Pride, Binary Dragons tomorrow, Exodus, Team123, then I don't even know what day it is today. Thursday, my life's in check, of course. Thursday we have Pride, Team123, and then Binary Dragons versus Exodus. And then moving on, we go into the second group where we've got North, Diffuse Kids, Imperial, Impossible. Then Group C, Outlaws, Epsilon. Epsilon I'm excited for because I don't even know who they're going to be fielding. We've got Spartak as well in Group C, who I'm a little fan. And not meaning I'm small. I mean the player called Little. Spray and Pray. And then the final group, Maxi Sausage, the Innuendo team, Log, Team Spirit, and Gatekeepers, who recently actually picked them up. Now, it looks like if I refresh this now and type in the score, it will go in. So that is it. But either way, guys, thank you very much for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.